Hi, I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you are a regular visitor here. And if you've not been here before, a big welcome to you. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. So today I am bringing you another of my short heads up videos. And the subject for today, February the 21st, is about our wonderful planet of communication, Mercury. Now, Mercury is making a hard square to our planet of the unexpected, Uranus in Taurus. So Mercury is in Aquarius and Uranus is in Taurus. So what I've done is I've pulled up the event chart for this to see if we can see how it's going to affect us. So first of all, the event chart shows us that we have quite fixed energy in that. Now, how I get that is because I do the equal house system when I'm doing these kind of reports. It means that you're going to get you're more or less going to get either fixed, mutable or cardinal on the four quadrants. So on this one, our ascendant is Scorpio, our descendant is Taurus, our IC, which is right down at the bottom of the chart, is Aquarius, and then our MC, which is at the top of the chart, which is our kind of direction in life, is Leo. So the first thing that strikes me about this chart is it's quite interesting because a lot of the action is in the lower part of the chart, the lower hemisphere. This is like what's going on underneath, what's going on behind the scenes, what is being discussed, because that's Mercury, and is going to potentially, when it comes out to the people, the collective, Aquarius, is going to shock us. That is one of the things that and what it feels like, because Mercury is in the fourth house of this chart. This is about roots, home, family. This is something about our home. And I think what I'm seeing is that's collective. So this is where we live. You know, you live in England, I live in Gozo, you live in America, you live in Washington, you live in New York, whatever you live in Brisbane, Australia. This is your home. Mercury is here. There is something about what's going on in the collective in certain places in the world that is going to affect us, that is going to shock us. It's also, in some ways, it could be connected with the financial world again, the economy, and how we get that kind of, how we balance the books. Because basically yesterday, which was the 20th, we had a new moon in Pisces. Now that energy has now shifted because the sun is now moving way through Pisces. It's at 3 degrees today, and the moon has gone whizzing past and is well on its way to actually move into Aries. You know, the moon, remember, only spends about 2.5 days in each sign, so it does take its time. But this square from Mercury to Uranus is in the 7th house of this chart, which is about significant relationships. Remember, that can be business partnerships as well, but it can also be our enemies. So you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing world leaders really getting quite upset about things. There seems to be some conflict in discussions with world leaders. And Mars in Gemini, of course, still in that sign of communication that Mercury rules, is actually making a trine aspect to Mercury. So what this tells me is that there is something about the fact, because it's the 8th house, this is about beginnings, endings, transformation, but it's also sort of other people's money. This could be banks. There could be something that comes up today about banking and banks, or institutions that in some way, some shock could come out about what goes on behind the scenes in some kind of financial aspect. I'm looking at Pluto still at that 29th degree of Capricorn, and it'll stay here until it reaches zero degree of Aquarius, which is going to be on I think it's the 23rd, but obviously I'm going to be doing a separate, quite not lengthy, but about a half-hour video on Pluto moving into Aquarius, where I will also see how it affects each of the individual zodiac signs. But Pluto is actually making a nice aspect, a sextile, to the moon in Pisces. So there's something here about the need of the collective, the need of our leaders to please try and find some compassion and empathy and understanding, because it's about the hierarchy. And it's about the fact that there is a kind of a blindness in recognizing how tough it is for people at the bottom of the rung. And that, we sometimes it's not just about throwing money at everything. Sometimes it's actually about listening, helping, finding ways to actually find constructive ways to transform people's lives. So I do feel with this heads up that there is something that's going to come to light, which is potentially a bit of a shock. And it's about, as I say, world leaders. I think there's a lot of hard work to do. The sixth house of this chart, which is the sort of the day-to-day routine of the way things are going, shows Venus now at 1 degree and Jupiter has moved to 10 degrees. So it is getting ever so close now to its conjunction with Chiron. And one can argue that it is already conjunct Chiron. It's in the part of the chart to do with health. This is something about healthcare systems in various parts of the world. Certainly the UK has been undergoing the most difficult time with the NHS, the National Health Service, and there have been strikes and strikes by nurses and doctors and specialists that we probably haven't seen in a lot of our lifetimes. So there is something really bubbling away here, and it's like the bubble's got to burst, or the abscess has to burst. That can be Chiron. There is something about the need for the healing and the healing of the collective, because remember, Aquarius is about the community at large. And we've still got Saturn there. And Saturn, my big outer boy Saturn, our planet of restraint, of commitment, of basically saying it's all about timing. And it's about truth as well. So there's something here about the need to, just listen to what the people want, listen to how they would like things to unfold. And maybe what this is indicating is that there may be 2 or 3 places or 2 or 3 countries, including the UK, where the governments recognise they have no choice but to actually have elections and give the people a chance again to say what they want. So that's just something in general I'm picking up from this energy. And it is also about the collective work we need to do on an inner level as a collective. And that, if we can get our thoughts and our intentions into a positive kind of frame of mind, it's amazing what can be achieved by positive intention and positive thought. If you can do nothing else, then you can at least do that. So on that note, thank you so much for joining me for this rather serious heads up today. Don't know where all that came from, but I just trust that it comes in and whatever needs to be said gets said. So thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of those. Please, one of those would be fantastic. And in the meantime, I wish you a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.